This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, can I name 638 exercises? I've done another class, and Dan goes off on one about CTAs. Three, two, one. I'm 3.6 kilos down. I can't even say it, Dan. What's going on?
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damink.
And there's nothing of me, Tom Hawk. Yeah.
And Tom Hawley appears to have lost his ability to speak, apparently. So that's what he's lost, along with a bit of weight, by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
Can no longer talk.
no longer. I know. I'm just wasting away. It's great.
Clearly, mate. Yeah. Mate, 3.6 is quite impressive. There you
3.6,
go.
two
Yeah.
weeks. I'm done. That's done, isn't it? Done. No, we're not done, unfortunately. We've
No,
got
needs to repeat that another 4 times, don't you?
essentially, yeah.
Mm.
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
And
That's
Lino.
minging. That
Um,
is minging, that is.
it's horrible. Yeah. It's all right. I'm into a little, like a nice steady rhythm. Like even today, I was in and out of the gym. Like push, half an hour, push.
Mm.
Did all my stuff and ran away. Mainly because I did tweak my calf a little bit yesterday playing football. And
Oh
like
dear.
I played for half an hour and then my calf went. I was like, I'm coming off. We were 3-0 up, so it was all right. And
Do you score any?
I did not score any, no.
Oh,
No.
you're so bad, man. Playing
I
centre back again?
was not playing up top.
Play centre back?
I was playing centre mid for the first half, and then I dropped down to centre back for the second half. Yeah, just to kind of
Mm.
chill out, apparently.
Just to
Because
relax, yeah.
we had a little guy that came on who went left wing, and then we shoved the left wing into centre mid, and then I went back to centre back. So yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, then I was like, all right, you know with that when you've just turned and you can feel it, and you're just like, I can feel my calf, and I was like,
Oh,
that's not cool. I know it's only going to be like a week, but it's just like, oh, great, that annoys me. Um,
yeah.
yeah, especially because I'm training like 5 times a week. One of them is meant to be a decent run, but obviously I'm gonna have to do that on like a Concept 2 bike or something like that now. So, because just VO2 max increasing stuff, Daniel, that's exciting, isn't it?
Oh, yes, lovely stuff. Lovely, boring
It's
stuff.
so dull. I did it last week on I did it on a curve treadmill. So I was like, oh, it's
Mm.
cold. And I'm listening to I'm catching up on Chatbix. I haven't listened to it for quite a while. I'm listening
Yeah,
to like
same.
a couple of like Christmas episodes of like they did like the Big Fat Quiz of the Year Christmas episode for the quiz thing. So I'm giggling along with that. And they did that whilst on a curve treadmill, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, like 20 times. Absolutely gnarly. No fun. No fun, mate. Not good.
No, it doesn't sound it.
Mm, no. But how are you? What's happening?
Yeah, good mate. Can't complain, you know. We just had the weekend in Dubai with a bunch of our clients, which was a fun-filled weekend. And we just had you on our members group call, which was very, very good. And very
Put link all down
insightful.
myself if anybody's watching that. That's good. So intelligent now.
Yeah, it's just that stuff going on all the time. No, I didn't even bat an eyelid. It's just like, yeah, that's fine. That's normal. That's what Tom does. It's just what Tom does. So yeah, no, it was that was good. Very,
Oh,
like I said,
nice.
insightful. I had to be nice to you, which was really annoying as well.
I know
Said
you
said
butted
some
in
nice
because
things, but yeah.
I purposely didn't go over my credentials because it's something that winds me up when people do talks. But then it's like sometimes, um, I don't know. Sometimes you obviously felt like it needed to be said. And it was like, all right, let's stamp the authority figure in this
Well,
room.
yeah, I think there's a bit of it where, like, I think
Interesting.
that they need to know that you know your shit, and it's not just oh yeah, Tom's just going to come on and just talk about some stuff. No, you need to take this seriously. And that was my point about like the business stuff, because obviously they're all there for the business. They all want to learn all the strategies and the hacks. I'm like, well, this is a huge hack. It's like be fucking better at your job. Like, it's a pretty good one. Try it. Yeah, so it just annoys me a little bit when people, because my worry was that people weren't maybe going to pay attention because some of the stuff you were saying was a little bit more complex for them. I mean, in the general scheme of things, it shouldn't be complex for PT, but it is, unfortunately. So yeah, it was just sort of more from that point of view, really,
Yeah,
of making sure that they knew that like this is a guy to fucking listen to and pay attention to, and make sure you're listening to because he knows what he's fucking talking about. And like I said, it really pained me to actually have to say that.
it's a weird one, isn't it? Yeah, because it should be a given that my whole business is like, all right, be really good at your core product. That's
Yeah.
instead of like, oh, because I'm assuming and like why we hire a business coach or whatever. Like
Mhm.
obviously we probably went into that perspective like we got really good at our job, and then we started thinking about marketing and business and stuff, right? Where, all right, we've
Yeah.
got to get more people so we can be good at our job, and not the other way around, which it
Yeah.
seems like it's kind of flipped, right? Dan and Mike are very good at getting people, kind of clients in front of people and getting noticed and gaining traction on certain people. And then it's like, okay, fuck, deer in headlights. And so that's why
Mm.
I think I, I knew after a while, it's like, okay, I've probably got to start thinking about like, what turns the 12-week client into the 12-month client is the angle essentially,
Yeah.
which I kept on going back to. And it's like, all right, you need to know this shit because you won't know what to do after about 12 weeks, which is there's a lad called Chris Parry who's like 100 nearly 100,000 followers, like 100,000 followers on Instagram, right? But I don't know if he listens to this, one of my clients now. But he's noticed the retention rates. He kept on having to get new clients. And a guy that's got 100,000 followers, he's like, yeah, it's really hard to get new clients because like you go after 12 weeks, what do you do after that? And he's like, this whole spectrum of shit. I'm just like, this is what you've got to go and do to make them realize that, yeah, this isn't for 12 weeks. This is for how
Mm.
long you want it for. And we can take you on that journey to whatever that is, and we can create it together. And that's what coaching should be. But that was the kind of
Mm.
talk about, yeah, some of it. As I guess the like I had a couple of messages today. They were like, "Oh, is it relevant for me?" Even though I haven't got any high rocks or marathon clients or anything like that. I think the title. I was like, "Don't worry about Dan's title. It's fucking stupid." I was like, "Listen to the first 40 minutes of it. It's all
Uh,
fucking relevant. Don't worry." I was like,
yeah.
it was like, look at the title of the PDF. It says training the 95%. I was like, do you train 95% of humans? And the person was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, well, all right, 95% of that
Do
will
it then. Yeah. Yeah.
apply.
I'll change it then. I'll change it on the thing.
I think it was
How to
like,
train.
I think somebody just read it and they were like, oh, high rocks. I don't have any high rocks on marathon runners. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, 95% of that talk. And he was like, I only got there for the last 15 minutes. And I was like, all right, that's when I actually went into more high rocks and marathon, like
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
stuff. So I think it might have been
Yeah.
like way over their heads and stuff like that. So, which
Yeah.
was, yeah. But I wanted to hit home of being like, all right, you people are starting to probably get clients who want to do high rocks. The people spending
Yeah.
thousands of pounds doing high rocks and like just going to run clubs and stuff like that. And they probably do that. If you can't help them in the gym, then
Yeah.
they're gonna have their head turned somewhere. Um, and Mike's talked about it with me loads. He's like, right, you've got to beat home with coaches of like, why shouldn't they just download Runner? Why shouldn't they just follow their fucking Garmin plan? Why should they reach out to you for help? Um, that was the angle, obviously. And it should be because the coach can make way better fucking decisions for you than the app, hopefully. Hopefully.
Theory.
Because you get to speak to them and talk to them and understand their feelings and all those things, as well as all the technical based stuff. But yeah, seemed like we had a bunch of people reached out, which was fun. Um, and yeah, want to learn more, it seems. But yeah, like you said, you'll know the names probably if I just said them to you. You'll be like, yep, they're good eggs. That's exactly what they should be doing. Blah blah blah. They'll
Mm.
have a good business. And they'll gradually grow and sustain their kind of client base instead of like, keep on having to replace them all the time. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was nice.
Good, mate. Yeah, it was good. I just changed the title first. There you go. So, not to worry about that.
What have you put it as? Like Dan is
How
the
to train the
king.
Gen Pop client. There you go.
All right, okay.
Better, bit better.
And the
I'll edit the picture later on.
uh,
Um,
yeah. I thought I was so close to like giving just a slide of just pure abuse to you. Thought it was reasonably nice.
I was half expecting it, if I'm honest. Like half expecting it to be that.
Yeah.
Um,
Or
so
just
yeah,
like because it's dead. So to make it not as dull and realize, because obviously when people come into my group, they know my personality. They probably like spoke to me a little bit, so they know that I'm a little bit jokey in my like webinars or blah 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 blah. But going into a
yeah,
group of people that's like 50, 60 people who don't like 10% of them know who I am, and it was like I decided to put slides of penguins and pictures of my trip to Antarctica within there,
yeah,
which again, I think people were so, what? Why is he doing that? I was like, that's fine. Just grabbing attention to be like, oh, just like that kind of reset. Because things get boring if I'm talking about very similar things all the time. And then it's
yeah.
kind of like a jolt to be like, oh shit, pay attention again. Why the fuck's he put a Gentoo penguin there? All right, I'm back in the
Literally,
room.
yeah.
which is an attention like thing that we do in like teaching or coaching or something like that to throw a random subject in there to bring them back in. Yeah, which is fun. Which I did think about putting random pictures of you in there of just like really disgusting ones. So yeah.
Sound. That'd be fun for a bit. Mm.
Would have been like, yeah, maybe. But I don't know, it's your group. Didn't want to lose their respect for you, which is probably very low. But yeah.
Oh yes, of course. It's very, very low. Yes. Yeah. What are we talking about today, Tommy? Anyway, come on, hit me with it.
All right, agenda. What have I got? So you want to talk about? I've got my pad here. Look, you want to talk
Ooh.
about CTAs. I think I
Yes.
know what that means. Um, I went and did a class on the weekend. Did I talk about the High Rocks class the week before? I did, right?
Yeah.
Probably. But I went and did
Yeah.
another one, different one. Okay. Which is means, and Chloe was like, "Oh, it's really thank you for coming to classes with me." I was like, "It's great. I've got a new YouTube series that's going to be happening. So I'm reviewing classes and putting some
Mhm.
science to it." So I was like, "This is great content." She was like, "All right, you're doing it for content." I was like, "No, to spend time with my wife, obviously."
Brilliant.
And it acts as another like cardio hit session. But mate, like, fucking hell, my arms are still sore from Saturday. That. And I wanted to talk a little bit on my little weekly news YouTube, which is coming out today, I think, if people
Hmm.
listen to this. Not too sure. And I posted a reel about it yesterday, and I'm filming it tomorrow. Oh, Jeff Nippard. I would like to see what you would do as well, because he's got his app, but he did a day of filming. It'd be interesting to see, actually. I'm going to speak to Paul Sandell, because obviously he's got his exercise library. But Jeff Nippard wrote down as many exercises as he could possibly do.
I saw. Yeah.
Like, and then he did an exercise library for 7 days, but he got 638 exercise. Do you, right? So, because I took this personally and I was like, all right, I'm going to say challenge accepted, Jeff. I was like, I think I can name 639 exercises. I think I can get there. But I got a few comments because I put the reel on YouTube and it's done all right, of shorts or whatever they are. And then a few people were like, "It's Jeff Nippard didn't even fucking put Jefferson curls in there.
Wow.
He missed out the old Jeffs." So I was like, I'm already one ahead. It's all good. I'm not obviously going to use his list, but as explained on my YouTube tomorrow, I do. I don't. Is it cheating? But it's not cheating, is it? Have I got a right, Dan? You can create the rules for this because I'll insert this in the reel, right? You can create the rules of do I need to sit there without any kind of prompts whatsoever and just write them out on my pad?
No.
Or can I use not as my kind of exercise library on my like YouTube or my app or my kind of sheets that I showed like in the group yesterday, like a pairing list for contrast training, and then I have like an ESD list for stuff, and then I have a continuum of stuff as well, exercise continuum. Can I use that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have that up because I feel like there must
Because
on
he would
my
have done.
sure, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think because obviously that big sheet of paper that he did, that's for show. That hasn't got all six
Yeah.
on it,
Oh,
but yeah, I know.
oh really?
Like, that's gonna be a long fucking bit of piece of paper. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. I think I'm gonna lose my mind slightly, kind of like when Ross tries to name all 50 states in France before he can
Yes.
eat Thanksgiving dinner. I feel like that's the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that, mate. What are you under or over? Do you think I'll reach 638 or not? What do you think you'd reach?
I'm nowhere close to it. I think you'll get over it.
I think I can go over it.
Because I think that Jeff Nippard wouldn't have done any of the sort of the power and the plyometric
Correct.
exercises that you've
That's
got
what
in
I
your
think.
locker. I think
Because
you could get probably up to 800.
I
Like,
think
there's no way that he's put lateral
right,
bound, hop and
like yeah,
stick,
like drop the stick. Yeah.
lateral bound, bound. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could just go on a bit further, I think. There's no way that he's got your level of knowledge, mate, if I'm honest.
I think he's got a lot of knowledge, but in
No,
different.
not your level of knowledge. That's what I mean. There's
On the side,
levels.
he'll be
There's just
all time.
levels.
But I think it'll be in terms of like exercise coaching. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be on a par. So it's going to be. I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be infuriating. I'm sure it will. I will write them all out. I don't know whether just to write them on like notes or stuff like that. But
Mm,
I've got to think of my. I kind of broke it down today and think well, I've obviously got to go movement groups, and then I've got to think about equipment, and then like subsections are going to be obviously movement groups, then equipment, and then into orientation, kind of like prone, supine,
yeah.
half kneeling, stagger, standing, seated, all that kind of stuff. So
Mm,
it's going to be, I don't quite know how I'm going to write that kind of wave down. So yeah,
mm.
what a task! What a task!
It's a pretty big task, isn't it? It's quite a lot to do there, mate.
Yeah, I know. I think well, I'm gonna be filming it over the next couple of days. I think.
Well, the thing is, how long do you think it's going to take you?
How long do you think it's going to take me? A couple of days? Sit
Mm,
down for like 20 minutes at a time.
yeah,
When I'm going to be scrolling, procrastinating, I'm going to be like, all right, I can stick my thing up on what is it called? This.
this. Oh yeah, you little yeah. I don't know what it's
Why
called.
can't I
I don't know.
why can't tripod, whatever it's called.
Tripod. Yeah.
How did that not? I'm slightly annoyed that that's gone out.
I was thinking more of that magnet thing, and then I
All
just
right,
threw
the
at me that it
magnet,
was a
right,
magnet.
right. Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Um,
Cool. And then just do that, and then write down stuff.
yeah,
Got to do like a montage of me like sitting everywhere possible in this room, like upside down, thinking about stuff.
yeah, of course, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you need
just
to get a big piece of paper that you're going to do the list on,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Jeff
yeah.
Nippard did, of
Do
course.
that. But I'm not now. I'm gonna do the all on post-it notes and just put it all around the room. Chloe walks in like, what the fuck? She's like,
Yeah, she'll be
I
so
room.
confused, so confused.
I mean, be
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one. So yeah, I'm going over because I think just on my continuums that you can get in the group, I think there must be 250 on like the
Mm,
proficiency list and like the pairing list and the continuum lists that we got. I
mm,
think at least 250 to 400. I don't know. I haven't counted them. So yeah, that's exciting, I feel.
very good, very, very good.
Very good. Yeah, enjoying the YouTube moment, mate. So good fun. So obviously,
Yeah.
where you are directing everybody to kind of go. Actually, that was in something. You know what was the second most? What YouTube was the second most searched and visited website in the UK last year. Mm.
Oh, I'm so shocked.
Yeah. So, and Instagram was like seventh or eighth down there. You know what was higher? Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook was higher than Instagram.
because all the old farts. That's
All the
why.
old fuckers
Mm.
are just like kind of scrolling through it, but quite interesting. Yeah. YouTube number
I mean,
two.
I don't know how many more times I can go on about the YouTube stuff. To be honest, like I said this to the guys and girls at Dubai, right? I said with YouTube, with Instagram, right? People are so obsessed with Instagram, and I sit there and go, YouTube is the only social media platform that people will sit and schedule time in their week to watch it.
Yeah.
People are not scheduling time in their day to watch Instagram, to go on LinkedIn, to go on TikTok. They just do it to pass the time when they're bored. People will actively go on YouTube to be off their phone, to turn their phone off, to actively go and pay attention. That's what they're doing. The goal is to pay attention to YouTube, to sit and watch YouTube. I do it every single day for at least an hour. People don't watch TV anymore. They watch YouTube. They want to sit down and they want to watch this stuff. And like, I just can't get my head around the fact that coaches will not commit to doing it. When, like I said, if people like you and you're their favorite creator or one of the favorite creators, they will sit and give you 20 minutes of their day, not a swipe on an Instagram thing. Not, I'm just like, yeah, I just blows my mind. Like YouTube and emails are the two things that people will sit and schedule time in their day to do and pay attention to. Nah, I don't need that. I think I'll stick to Instagram. Yeah, of course, mate. Go on then. Have fun with that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Like, it's just. I'm just gonna go off for a rant. There's no point. I'll just shut up. But yeah, like the amount of times I look on my waiting list and it's like, oh, I love all your podcasts, love all your YouTube videos. Yeah, yeah. Everyone says it. Pretty much everyone says it. Watch them all, binge them, watch them all, love them. Yeah. How'd you find me? YouTube, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. If you haven't got it now, like, I'm not, you don't deserve it, to be honest. It's my view of it
The,
now.
the thing is, it's like it's still in a growth phase as well. It feels like creators are getting more. and more because they're obviously like mainstream TV is starting to take those creators as well, right? And trying to learn from them and realizing,
Mhm.
fuck, like they were talking about on the rest of entertainment. There's like YouTubers that are doing all this, their kind of linear TV filming, and they're like, why the fuck are we gonna do this take like 17 times of me just walking into the thing? They're like, just do it
Mm.
once. It's fine. People will still watch it. They're going to watch it because it's me, not because it's perfect. No, it's like
Mm.
that's because and also in YouTube, I think people they think it's got to be watchable. I think that's the biggest thing on so in kind of camera wise and whatever. It's got to be watchable. It's not be painful to be there, but it hasn't got to be TV fucking quality. Like people have got this kind of respect that they're expecting a slightly lesser quality on this. Where if they put it on TV, linear TV, your expectation for production value is far, far higher. So I think getting that out of
Mm.
people's brains of being like, oh, but I need to hire an editor, I need to do this, and we literally talked about it on last week, right? I gave you a couple of things that I sat down for probably 4, 5, 6 hours looking at AIs to kind of cut that down to try and look what can be done.
Hmm.
And I did a video today. So it's 12 minute kind of like chatty, jokey kind of video, which comes out tomorrow. And that is apart from the overlays that I put in myself, the cuts and stuff and all the zooms and stuff, completely AI. So if you're listening to this and you're interested, go watch it and you can do that on AI and you realize it can be quite good. And you don't have to have an editor and it might not take 3, 4 hours to edit. But I think you should do that because both me and Dan have done that and sit and
Mm.
edit it for 3 and 4 hours so you have the respect of what you're meant to be trying to create and do. But yeah, we're clacked. It's like the whole, yeah,
Plus, you also learn like what editing style you like and how
yeah,
you want it
right?
to look and things like that. That I think is important.
Because yeah, like, and then I like gave like a bunch of just to find out what people do. I gave like a few people a Fiverr to like edit videos and stuff, and like I was like, I like these reaction
Mhm.
videos and stuff. This is kind of the overlay I like. I'm not going to be doing completely reaction videos. I'm doing more informative and breaking down and doing science and putting me on there and stuff. But I like these things, and I like how that looked. Whether it be like to the side and asking them to watch something, I don't know, they did, and just seeing how they look. But yeah. I think go and do the research and stuff. If the people are going to take YouTube seriously, it's like I have a list of probably like 10 YouTubers that I go look
Yeah,
at their most popular videos for kind of within my field. And like you look through their popular videos, shit, that's done well for the last like month. Okay, let's recreate something in my niche that looks like that, or maybe has a kind of similar format, blah blah blah. Jeff Nippard didn't fucking give a shit about me. Why not? Why wouldn't I go and try and challenge his list? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, cool. Literally 4, 5, 6,000 people have viewed my YouTube short just because I've written Jeff Nippard in the title. It's fine. Um, it's like,
Well,
okay, fine. And I was just like, challenge accepted. Like Jeff Nippard's gonna challenge me. We'll sit there. Boom. Fine.
imagine
Yeah,
if you did though.
if he did. If he did, then I'll be there. It's fine.
Straight away. Get on the flight. Come on then, Jeff. Fly in.
I'll be like, I don't really want to go to the States now right now because it's a complete fucking shithole. But it's fine.
Yeah, that's another thing, isn't
I'll walk around with my. I'm not an American citizen, so I might not come back. Yeah. I do have my whatever worldwide access, whatever it is, so I can walk through American customs without
it?
having
Yeah.
to stop. That's exciting.
That's
Um,
nice, isn't it?
yeah, kind of just want to travel with you to America just so I can walk through and just leave you in customs line up. But then you could do that in UAE as well. So
Well, that's true.
yeah.
I could.
You
Yeah.
could. All right. What do you want to go next? Next agenda, Daniel. CTAs or classes? What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, CTAs. Yeah, we can go into that. Yeah, no, I just had a question from a client, and it was the standard like, oh, I've had a few clients having their notice in, as can happen. Um, I was like, oh, I'm gonna up, doing some CTAs, like to 2 or 3 a week this week and next. But I'm just worried I might come across looking a bit desperate. Um, and it's messages like this is the exact reason I have a protocol in my business whereby I don't reply to messages until the next day. Because otherwise, the wrong thing would come out of my mouth. Um, And this kind of whole concept, I don't blame coaches for it, right? Because it's not really their fault, but it does really wind me up. And it's kind of just because people care far too much what people think, and it's usually coaches care what other coaches think in the industry, right? But a few points on that matter is like, well, we should never be reactionary to people leaving. We should always be doing CTAs for coaching. We should always be trying to get clients through the door. Like that does not change. So the fact that two clients have left has made this client of mine say, "Oh, I'm going to do two or three CTAs." Is like, well, you should have been doing them anyway. They should have been in there anyway. You're looking to grow your business. So it's kind of a bit of a like, why does it take some people leaving for you to start to do the things you should have been doing anyway? Is one. Um, then the second thing is around the whole like, does it look desperate? And it's again an identity thing around you're a business. View yourself as a business. You're not just a person. This isn't just a side hustle. This isn't just a, you're not going around houses selling cookies. Like, to use an American analogy. Um, it's it's mind blowing to me that that's what people say. And again, I used to do it. I used to say it. So I can't really kind of be that harsh. I used to think the same thing. But I go, Apple don't sit there and go, oh, I think we put out too many adverts for our phones. It looks like we're desperate. No, they're trying to sell iPhones. Sky Sports trying to advertise football matches. They don't go, oh no, it's not advertised. It looks a bit desperate, doesn't it? No, you want people to see it. Like, that's the whole point. And like this whole perception of what other people think and do, and again, like we just talked about with YouTube and Instagram and all these social media platforms, like people are sitting there going, oh my God, look, Tom, can't believe that. Tom's done another CTA. He's already done two this week, you know. Did you know that? I wrote down on my diary here that yeah, he did one on Monday and he did one on Wednesday. Have you seen this? Have you seen it? I can't believe, like, no one gives a fuck. Like, you're such a small part of their day. They're swiping past. They're not seeing these things. They're not taking it in. It's why you need to be so diligent with doing CTAs and saying the same thing over and over again and making sure you advertise your spaces because people just don't see it. They're not paying attention. They don't really care. They're not that arsed. And people are going to sign up when they're ready, not when you're ready. And you just have to keep reminding them all the time that whenever they are ready, you are here. And this is how it works. This is how you get in touch. If you try and time it so that it's when you feel like posting a CTA and when they're ready to do it, fuck me. Like, good luck with that, right? You've got to constantly remind them how to sign up, how to get in touch, so that when they are ready, they've seen 10, 20, 40, 100 CTAs, enough to know, well, that's how I'm going to sign up then, isn't it? That's how I get involved. Correct. Yes, it is. It's just part and parcel of running a business, and I like it because again, like to come back to that point, it's like so I don't do any CTAs then, surely, because I'm full. No, I still do CTAs all the time. It's part of your business. You need to drive demand. You need to know this stuff and do this stuff all the time. So yeah, it just kind of like again winds me up a little bit. Obviously, I've sent her a nice message to explain the situation, and I'll do it on a call next time we have a call. Um, but yeah, it's just a mindset thing. I think coaches are so afraid of selling themselves. It's just like, fucking come on, you've got a really good service to sell that can change people's lives and make them feel loads better and make them feel more confident and they can do cool shit. And you're scared of doing it for looking desperate. Fuck me. Um, you are desperate. You do want clients. So why don't you act like it? Um, yeah, it's just sometimes the way it comes across can just be a little bit, okay, shit. But that's just because you don't have to do a CTA properly. Cool. Well, we can fix that quite easily. Anyway, that was just a little thing I wanted to rant about because yeah, it is a bit annoying. Um, and I don't know, it's not this client in particular, but I think in general as well, it's just coaches just not wanting to do the work and just thinking people are going to fall in their lap. Just annoys me,
Yeah, it
as
is.
always.
Like, yeah, I think we've all felt that kind of how it looks, and it is a kind of a like swallowing and being like, no, you're not insignificant. I think that's the word wrong kind of thing to say. It's like, but yeah, you're such a small part, and like we've said it so many times of like you have to give them the chance to view that message and really nail home. How many times have you seen an iPhone advert before you bought your iPhone? I'm
Mhm.
assuming 17 million times. It's fine. Yeah. How many times did, like, when I bought my new car, how many different cars did I look at? How many cars did adverts did I look for that before going and hunting for it before I bought it and blah, 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 blah.
But
That's,
also another point on that though is also how many times would it take you to see an advert to convince you to step away from your iPhone? So again, you also look at it from that point of view of going, well, I like my iPhone. Again, there's always this also this thing where it's like, yeah, but also people are set in their ways, right? So you've got to now make content that's going to actually force them away from their natural, comfortable thing that they want and that they need. That's just going to take even more time and effort, right? So there's always that thing as well with it, where it's not just the convincing someone to start with you, it's them to stop something that's familiar and that they're comfortable with. So that's another thing to think about.
That is another thing. All right, final thing, mate. I've done 2 classes in 2 weeks, as we
Oh my
know.
God, you're such a hybrid athlete now.
This one was fun because I want to get your take on it. Obviously, it's going to be pure excitement and how wonderful it is. But yeah, like a YouTube series of breaking down these classes that I'm going to with say
Mm,
let's do like S&C and science and shit.
yeah.
But Dan can do it from just pure hatred. Is what I'm assuming you're going to go with. So I went to a class called Robots, which
Robots.
robots, clever, ROW.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. You got it.
Hmm.
The studio, fucking tiny. Oh my God. Um, really small. Obviously went with Chloe, my wife.
Hmm.
So we went there, and because she's doing a relay Hyrox in Nice next month at some point. So I was like, all right, well, you're doing the rowing leg, so shall we go to a rowing class? That feels like the right thing to do. So you do like half of it on the rower, half of it on the floor, and the floor is like a bunch of exercises and stuff. Okay. So this particular one was like a partner workout. I tried to go with someone else, but Chloe said I had to go with her. So we ended up working together, which was I don't think we quite hit the numbers because she was just holding me back really. And so one person's on the rower, they're going round, they have to keep the numbers going, blah blah blah. We got a target to kind of hit, whilst the other person's chipping away at a bunch of exercises. Okay, but so this is half an hour. You got to do is basically get through it as much as possible,
Mm.
which was cool. I'd never used a water rower before. Dan, water rower was fun.
They are different, aren't they?
Yeah, a bit different.
I remember the 7 years ago I used one. I thought that it was different. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're a lot smoother, I felt, than the Concept 2s. A lot smoother to kind of like once they're going, and like you're in water. It was good. Funny that. Didn't really understand how they made it harder and stuff. I'm assuming there's like some sort of fan kind of thing that like opens the grate and lets more water through and lets it less
Mm.
through. That's in my brain. I'm thinking from an engineering point of view, that's how I would make it harder. But who knows? But in so whilst the one person's on the rower there, the other person is doing a series of chipper. You know what a chipper is, Dan?
No.
Okay, you chip away at how many reps you've got to do. Okay, so I think the first exercise was dumbbell cleans. Okay, so we had
Okay.
cleans, we had burpees, we had goblet squats, we had butterfly sit-ups, we had like I don't know reverse lunges. I think we had press-ups, we had dumbbell snatches, all the fun things. Daniel, what rep
Mm.
scheme do you think they chose for this class?
15 to 20.
15 to 20. All right. So the class was set out. So the rep scheme was which the exercise is written down, however many letters is in that exercise name, you times that by 10, and that's how many reps you two have got to do.
Fucking hell. What a good concept. You know, people remember in fitness, everyone was, oh, we need a new concept. Fuck me. That's what it is it? Wow.
I was like, burpees has got fucking 7 letters. I was like, we got to do 70 burpees between us. I was like, that's fucking awful. Goblet squat, 12, 120 goblet squats. I was like, well, I grabbed like an 8 kilo weight. I was like, fuck that. This is fucking mad. I was like, I've got a minimum because obviously I'm going to be able to do maybe more reps than Chloe. So I'm like, a minimum doing like 60 and plus of that. And then press ups, like, I can't remember what it was, push up, maybe 60. So I've got to do 30 at least, like 30, probably to 40 of these things. I was like, fuck, and like snatches, cool. Yeah. When isn't like, what's snatch? Probably 7. letters, something like that. When isn't 35 dumbbell snatches a good idea? Oh mate, well I
Yeah.
saw it and Chloe was like, it can't be that. It can't. It must be because it was just written like burpee 7, which was like, all right, we've got to do 7 burpees. We're just going to keep. That would have been better, right? We keep going down that list. One person does all of those things with for those amount of reps, however many the letters are, because it was a normal amount of number, and then you change, okay, and you just get through them. Not this way.
I actually can't believe you actually are going to them, to be honest.
Oh, it's like part of me enjoys it because it's like it's something that I'm not good at working like that. Apart from on a bike, I'm not good at working that hard by myself. So and just going so the whole like but I do despise almost like doing these gym exercisey things like oh I'll do 17 million burpees. I do hate that part of it. On a bike it feels like oh, I've got that data in front of me. I know I've got to
Mm,
push into this threshold or like back off here and there's like feels but I know the science behind it so I know what's happening and I know how to push and where to back off and stuff. Whereas this it's just like all right you're in fucking threshold and you're not coming out of that because this is hard. And I'm like yeah, muscular endurance wise, I'm just not there as well. So I'm not as strong as I was, and I'm fatter than I was and muscle endurance mode, I'm not there. So it'll be interesting over time that I'm going to get better. But yeah, mate,
yeah.
who knew that these bits inside my elbows, absolute agony from rowing,
Mm.
absolute agony. Yeah, breaking down. Yeah,
You're getting old, mate. That's the problem.
I know. My session today was just hack squats, side plank flyers, press ups, and lat pull downs. That's all I did. Bosh, out,
Easy, isn't it?
easy. That's all you need to do. Shockingly, do that
It's
a few
easy when
times
you
a
know
week.
how, isn't it? Yeah.
But anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that rep scheme. Shockingly, I didn't go over that.
I just can't. I just can't believe that. I actually cannot believe that someone has sat there, thought that's a good idea, checked with their superior, who's gone, "Yep, brilliant." That's what I can't believe. I just. But then, if you told me that it happened in London in a class in London, I'd go, "Yeah, yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense."
probably,
Do you know what I mean?
probably.
I would just go, "Yeah, yeah, makes sense."
But we went to a nice new coffee place afterwards, so that's nice.
Well, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that is the most important thing. All right, wonderful, mate. Any recommendations?
No, none. Absolutely none. Not today.
Not for me this week. I don't think. I'll come with some next week. I feel like there's some recommendations that I need to send people to. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but I have watched some fun stuff, and I feel
Well,
like
that's my recommendation. Start YouTube.
there you go. Yeah, watch some YouTube. You have permission from us.
Keep
Go watch some
fucking saying
YouTube
it
and make some
over
notes.
and over.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.